are on the Facebook group that want to ask questions, we can just answer those live. People over on YouTube, if you'd like to be in the live experience of our lives, you can go to movetohawaii365.com and click Join Ohana and be part of our group, where you'll be granted access to our private Facebook groups, and you'll be able to be part of the live experience, and you'll get all kinds of free resources as well. And also, for our people here who have been watching Lance and I for a while, we mark our 4 years that we've been together doing this.
That
deserves a little hard seltzer from Ola Brew.
Our
kind of sponsor that we here we go.
Thank you, Ola.
There you go. 4 years. There you
4
go.
years.
And it's
Eric. 4 years. Cheers.
Eric Zimas is in there, and it's our Valentine's Day edition of Colors and Colors.
Oh,
I should have given you the
I
memo
didn't get
on
the
that
memo.
one.
Sorry.
But to celebrate the 4 years, we're giving Lance a hat.
Whoa!
So thank you very much for your help, and for all of you guys to celebrate with you. We will be giving away today this really cool little wine experience where you put your wine in it, or your beer, or your seltzer, or what have you. You can see, and it's nice.
Or your Coke if you want.
And your Coke and your things. And it says 365 Kona, and it has a beautiful photo of Kailua Bay. So we're going to do, if you guys hang on with this one, we're going to basically pull a name off who's on watching live, and you will get this for free, and I'll send it to you. So here we go.
Awesome. Great. Thank you.
Right, so we got people talking already. We got Brad who says aloha.
Hey, aloha,
Julie and
Brad.
Lance. It says on the ranch today is what Brad says.
Yeah, it's
sorry.
what, 3,500 feet? Where are you up here?
1,800.
1,800. It feels like 3,500. It's freezing.
It's a little chilly.
And Lance Bond says aloha. And
Hey,
then
aloha.
Brad says, I'm drinking out of my wine cooler right now.
Hey!
Awesome.
I like Lance. He buys all my little swaggy things.
Yeah.
So that was Brad.
Oh, Brad said that.
Brad.
Okay, hey. Lance, you need one too. I think I gave one to Lance. But thank you, Brad. That's always cool.
And I know Brad's always looking up stuff in the background for us. I don't know if you saw the link to the hard numbers in the comments on the announcement of this, Brad. So, and how's our sound? Everybody, sound good, you guys? We're all good?
Yeah.
Nobody's complaining?
Yeah.
So we're
Nobody's
good?
complaining yet.
Do we look young and beautiful? I hope so.
I think that's a filter I need. I don't know they make that. So.
Facebook would be spelling a lot more on Facebook if they did that. So, in general, how are we doing with the market at this point?
Depends on if you're a buyer or a seller.
Okay.
So, the market's very, very interesting right now. Do you want to do a quick talk on the cesspool thing, or no?
Do you want to do that first, or do I do it? Eric, what do you think?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Go for
Cesspool?
the cesspool
Sure.
first?
Okay, let's do the
That's
cesspool
the exciting
first.
thing that's happening here.
Oh, it's exciting cesspools here today.
As president again this year, this kind of hit us out of left field. This whole thing, we've got a local representative, House representative, I think, and she submitted a bill that is starting 2024 that anything at point of sale that's on a cesspool has to be converted to a septic system.
Okay.
So
And tell them a little bit more, because there's also people on YouTube I'm going to be doing a thing on this one. Can you give us just a little quick little summation of what the story is with cesspools here in Hawaii anyway?
Cesspools are basically just a hole in the ground with a cement thing with a bunch of holes in it, and it just goes out. Then from there, it sits in there. And a septic system, most people are familiar with on the mainland. It goes into a holding tank at the top. The liquids go out and filter into a leach field. It's called.
There you go.
So where in the rock here, personally, I think it's the same thing as sitting in a tank and only liquids make it out. But however you believe in that, they want cesspools gone. So this is it's something that the state voted on and became Act 125, and that is it's got to be done by the year 2050. That sounds like it's a long way off, but it's not. And with the legislation that just got put up at point of sale, as of today, right now on the Big Island, there's 610 properties that are listed or actively in a real estate transaction at this moment that would have to be done in 45 days.
45 days?
Yeah.
Well,
if today was 2024.
oh,
which will
okay,
be-
24. Okay.
Yeah,
You had
I
to
mean,
flip
that's
it-
what's
you had
gonna
to flip
happen.
it in 45 days.
You have to have it in and done before it could be sold.
Wow. So, I mean, you're responsible as a seller to go ahead and dig up your front yard or backyard and replace the cesspool with the septic system.
Yeah.
And then what you're thinking is that you would then put the price of that onto the price of the home.
Tacked on the price.
And
of the
that's
home.
why the realtors really don't like that point of sale experience.
Well,
Because it raises the price for the house.
That I personally, I mean, that's not the thing that we're looking at. The thing we're looking at is the reality of doing it. There's no way in hell that they can get 610 cesspools done in 45 days. It's not going to happen.
Right, and we don't have enough people who are able to do the work in that time frame.
And the question is, how much does it cost to convert a cesspool to a septic?
I'm running an average of 15, but it could be anywhere from 15 to 25, depending on the ground and what they got to do. A lot of these cesspools are located under a driveway or behind bushes or hedges. You're going to be tearing up yards and
So
stuff.
that's the next question. One of my questions is, are all houses on enough land to install a leach field?
No. There's many homes that will not have that. They will be offering waivers for that,
Oh.
but that's going to cost you money and an engineer coming out in time to say that you can't physically do it.
Oh,
So,
wow. Because you have to bring in basically a backhoe, right?
jackhammers, backhoes.
Yeah, and so if your
trucks.
property is big enough to basically bring a backhoe into the front yard
Yeah.
or the backyard, then you can't really do anything about it. But the thing is, you guys, just so you know, on the environmental side, this is basically like raw sewage leaking through the lava field into the ocean. So I'm glad that they're finally doing something. In fact, somebody just told me yesterday that they've used blue dye in the bathrooms in one house in Puaco.
hmm
Within a half an hour, it was detected in the ocean.
I know somebody's telling you that. I don't believe that, though.
Okay.
I don't believe that. It takes a long time to get, but maybe it's true. I know
Yeah.
they're telling. I believe they're telling you that. I don't.
And don't
believe
forget, some
that.
of those Puaco homes are like right here, and there's the
Yeah.
ocean.
Yeah, there's
So
the ocean.
if
right
it's
there.
really that bad, it may be just there. But I thought that was like, wow, because you think about having it go through all the lava and la, but that's not always the case. 'Cause
Right.
a lot of these places, like next to Ka'aluu Bay and Keaho Bay,
Mhm.
this has been a problem for a while with the leak, that comes right down into the bays.
hmm It comes out, and you can see when you're swimming in the bay, you can see groundwater flowing in. If you're looking through your mask and you see it looks like it's all wavy, like it's something going on there. That's actually fresh water mixing with salt water.
Right.
So you can physically see it when you're down there swimming. So it's happening, and we know that.
Mhm.
My thing is a septic tank is putting the same liquid out into the field too. Nothing can get out of that cesspool except
Yeah.
for liquid.
Right.
So it's doing the same thing in the cesspool that the septic tank's
But
doing.
just making liquefaction happen instead of solid waste.
So what you do on a septic is every few years you're supposed to have it pumped
Mhm.
and get the solids taken out there, and they get taken to another dump and get put in the ground.
Okay.
So anyways, that's a whole nother, so we do need to do something to make the groundwater safe and
Right.
to make the shore safe. Septic to cesspool to septic, I don't think is the answer.
Okay.
We need something better than that. But anyways, they want that done. That comes down to, again, 610. I just did a snapshot like today. It's going to be the same thing in February 24. So they would have to have 610 completed. Now, so that couldn't happen. So
It was just yeah. In
you
fact,
need permits,
yeah, and there's
contractors.
and you probably know the numbers better than I do. But like, let's say in West Hawaii, how many? Don't we have we have thousands of these.
On the Big Island, there's 55,000 cesspools.
Okay.
So
that's a
that
deal.
is 60 a week until the year 2050 converted. That's not. I mean,
It's not
it's a
happening.
good idea,
Yeah.
but it's not going to happen. So
Right.
that's the hard part.
If you're looking for an interesting business idea, bring a
Yes.
backhoe with you. It's background and understanding septic systems.
Speaking of that, real quick, to
yeah.
Senator and somebody else, he quit running when he resigned from being the Senator House Majority Leader just a while back. Turns out he knew he was under investigation. He was going down, so he just got busted for bribery on manipulating this whole cesspool thing.
Yeah.
So, and the funny thing is we've talked about it in our personal group, is that there's 60 that need to be done a week. You don't need to manipulate it. There's plenty of
Right,
room
that's what
for
the-
money.
So that's what
There's
they're
plenty
saying for in the newspaper today. They said that this whole thing was rather silly, that they would lose their jobs and their credibility and go to jail because there's enough business for everybody.
everybody.
By the time the
everybody.
state decides to help fund this for happening, because
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, they're going to get tax credits instead of putting it on the back
They're
of
trying to put-
cash.
They're trying to put $15,000 cash credits, depending on just, are you even making enough money to get, because you only can get it for the year that you do it.
Mhm.
So are you making enough money to get a $15,000 tax credit? That's one thing.
Okay.
And if you're the seller and you're going to the mainland selling, you aren't going to, you're not doing it. If you're retired, you're not going to get it. So
Yeah.
there's
It
that's
works
a
for
kind of
you.
a fantasy thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Welcome to Hawaii.
yeah, welcome to Hawaii. So I don't know what I'm going to do with the 20 backhoes I ordered. They're all sitting down at the pier.
So Brad
In
says
California.
there's no way near enough contractors to convert them at that rate.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah, no
that's
way.
the problem.
No.
So, all right.
Okay, on with the
Jump
numbers.
into numbers. First thing I want to talk about, there's some buzzwords going around that really tripped me up yesterday. And I called Julie and I said, man, this is messing with me because buzzwords going around is we don't have an inventory problem, we have a demand problem. We've got too many people demanding, we've got inventory. And I'm like, no, I've been saying we don't have inventory for half a year now. So I really did some deep diving. So last year, excuse me, on the wrong page. Last year, there was 3,205 homes sold on the Big Island. That's more than any year ever. So that tells us we had all the inventory in the world. We had
Right.
enough inventory that we didn't have an inventory problem. We had a demand problem. That's if you look at it on the surface. When we had inventory, we were doing fine. When we lost inventory is when it went bad. So I went down month by month by month to see what was really happening. So we have a supply problem. January, there was a 12% drop in sales. December, there was only a 3% drop. November, there was 11% drop and an 8% overall. In Kona, there was a 17% drop in January, a 20% drop in December, 36% in November, 23% in October, and 13% in September. So going back 6 months, we've had an inventory problem, a serious inventory problem. So don't let the buzzwords. You're seeing it on the news, and I'm seeing other people locally report it. And
So they're saying there's so much demand, but you're saying it's an inventory problem.
right.
Okay, well that
Yeah.
sounds fair because that's what they're
Yeah,
saying.
and they're half right. But because they said we sold more than we've ever sold, so
Right.
we've had more inventory than we've ever had.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that kind of makes sense.
But now we don't.
Now we don't.
Right.
That worked for the first half of the year.
Yeah.
That didn't work for the second half of the year. So that is creating our typical supply and demand.
Right. So sales are down because there's not enough inventory. It's not there's a lack of demand.
Right.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah. So jumping into Kailua Kona residential sales, we went 17% drop in the number. I think I just said that, but we went from 56 homes to 46 homes. Condominiums went from 43 to 30, so they had a 30% drop
Wow.
in sales. And again, typically looking in a market at 130, 150 condos for sale at any given time, we've got 24 for sale today. So, and same thing with homes, 150, 160. We had 48 when I looked last night.
Wow.
It changes by the minute, but
Yeah.
we're running around 50.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's kind of doing that.
Well, I heard on the national scale that there's 225,000 homes for sale across the United States of America.
hmm
I mean, it would usually be like millions, but there's like
Yeah.
it's such it's a nationwide problem.
It is a totally nationwide problem. I want to pull up the national numbers really quick, you guys. I can make those available too. Home price, we're looking at new listings falling like a rock. So if you're looking at our scale, when it was peaking in June, there was 447,000 new listings coming on the market nationwide. In December, we were at 232,000, so half,
Yeah.
basically,
Yeah.
of what was available during the summer.
That's some crazy.
That's an inventory problem. That's not a demand problem. So it's
Yeah. Yeah, there's not enough houses for sale.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
and so then what happens then is that our buyers that are in our little round right now chase down what few listings there are, and then they all bid up because they're desperately looking for a way to get into the market, and it's causing escalating home prices.
yes. And so the big thing, Julie goes to a lot of seminars. I go to a lot of seminars, really trying to watch the market from all different angles and different opinions and kind of forming our own for you guys. One of the things that they talked about was, just lost my train of thought.
I'm looking at his numbers going like, oh my God, 2021 was a banner year for home sales. And now
Yeah.
we're having a hangover of those home sales.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing that everyone was having the best year ever in real estate last year.
hmm
And now there's 900 realtors on this island trying
Yeah,
to sell 25 homes.
Yeah, so I did overall. I have to do a little presentation to people that are new on the board and coming on the board. Julie will be coming to that soon. But I had a conversation with them. I said there's 906 realtors at that point when I did the last presentation, and I said, do any of you guys know? You're watching all the TV shows. You think it's wonderful. It's easy. Everybody's selling homes, and they're selling in a day, and and you just need your license, and you'll start making all this money. There's only 288 sales with 906
Realtors.
realtors.
Yeah.
So another 600 and something. Brad, what's the number? 600 something. Didn't come home with a paycheck for the month.
Yeah. So you guys, I just got my license. What a time to come into the market.
What a time.
Yay!
So Brad says, interesting, this inventory problem coincides with the change in the job market. August is when we started to see record numbers of people who quit their jobs because they couldn't get better ones, and this trend continues.
Yeah. But we also heard that some people sold their house for a mint and were able to quit their jobs because they made as much money as they could off of the equity in the house that they sold. So between the baby boomers deciding to retire early-ish and people getting this extra money that they got in the equity of their houses, they don't need to work.
The money's going to run out. You know?
I know.
I mean, I've seen that, and they're probably fighting. A lot of them didn't. I know realtors that sold their home thinking this is a great time to sell that didn't realize how hard the rental market is right now.
Oh, yeah, that's the worst.
They're like calling our office and saying, hey, I sold my home and I got no place to go. And, they were used to seeing it and they weren't staying on top of it. So,
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what would be another good one to hit, even though I don't know if you guys are as interested in this as I am, but you should be, that there's an investment firm that basically works with all the banks, BlackRock Investments. They're the ones who are going in and basically buying up swaths of homes across America. And what they're going to do is they're going to rent them back to the people.
I heard that. I have heard that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it became like one of my friends who's really smart said, this is crazy if this is true. They bought up 30% of the housing inventory in America.
I've heard some crazy numbers. Yeah,
So,
I don't know the exact, but yeah, I'm hearing that these guys are actually going out and buying up housing developments.
Yeah, like
that are
full
coming
on,
up. Yeah,
full on. Yeah.
like a brand new Pualani Estates or something coming up, and they buy the whole thing to turn it into rentals.
It's
Yeah.
Here's my opinion. It's sick, is what it is,
Yeah.
because that totally undermines
It's not what America's built on.
Yeah, in America.
It's built about home ownership. So
Yeah.
that
You
is
can't
a little
build
bit scary.
wealth if somebody went in there and made the whole place
Yeah.
Potter's Row.
Yep.
Right. So yeah. So that's something. It's just kind of like it's a trend that it looks menacing.
And I think you guys have heard us before too, talking about the renters right now are actually sending in love letters to landlords saying, hey, please rent to me. I'll give you an extra $400 a month over what you're asking. Here's pictures of my family. Here's my dog. And things like that, just to get a rental. Is how tough it is.
Yeah. In fact, I saw today on Facebook a woman has six of them, so 4 kids and 2 adults. They were paying $2,700 a month for their house, and the landlord just raised it to $3,400, and she has to pay it by April 1st.
Yeah.
So it's just it's crazy. So if you guys are thinking about coming over here and renting before you decide to buy, just be aware that this is what's going on, and I don't think we're alone in a lot of these different markets. So
no, it's I mean, that's the thing that I'm seeing on the national things that we're watching. Is that it's the same cross country.
But if you end up buying a house with a rental underneath it, you can be kind and help people stay on the island and be wonderful and aloha like.
Good way to have someone else pay your mortgage is rent out
Yep.
the downstairs.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a good option. So we're going to jump into the median price on homes here in condos. So this is interesting. Anybody follow what Honolulu did last month? I was told I saw something come out in the Honolulu Business Magazine or Hawaii Business Magazine, I forget what it is. Honolulu median price was at $1,050,000 last month, and it's the 4th or 6th month they said in a row they've been at $1 million. So interestingly, Kailua Kona is at $1,070,000.
Wow.
So we're above Honolulu's
Wow.
median home price right now, and this is our 2nd month in a row being over $1 million. So
Wow. And then what's going on with the condo market?
condo markets, condo median price is $487,500.
Okay, because they said that Oahu condos hit five
something.
something for the first time. I think
Yeah.
it was 550 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. The market's like it's
Yeah.
just crazy.
And
So,
these are going to be, 487,500, we're almost there, right?
Right.
So-
So the price went up 23%.
23% on condos, 30% on homes.
That's crazy. Now again, I have to say that sometimes there's really expensive priced homes and condos that might be skewing that a little bit.
Mm-hmm. But
Right.
that's the 2nd month in a row
Oh.
that we've hit $1 million. So, but yes, that is correct. And when the numbers are smaller, we're down to 46 versus 56 last year.
Mhm.
That also makes it easier for something to skew.
There we go.
So, and we did have, but I see a lot of home prices. But I did see, of the 46 homes that sold
Mhm.
last month,
Mhm.
21 of them sold for cash, and 24 of them were financed.
Okay.
Okay, that doesn't add up to 46.
No,
But
it
that's right. There was
doesn't.
some 1031s. There's some other things there. So over half were financed in the homes. The price point went from the lowest home sold for 5.25, the highest sold for 12 million,
12 million.
and that was cash. That was one of the cash
Wow.
ones. So yeah. So, but I see high multi-million-dollar ones a lot. So
Yeah.
I won't say that one. And I think the next one below it was at 4 million or something. So I don't know that had a big skew on it, but we'll watch it.
Yeah.
Um,
But for the most part, you can't find a condo in Kona under 4 or something.
Yeah, I'll pull it up real
Okay.
quick here. Median price second row, Honolulu 1,050,000, 500. I'd made notes to myself that the size of Honolulu, they try to bulk us together with the median price of the whole island, which is 4,000 square miles, and Honolulu's 597 square miles. Just north Kona, Kailua Kona, basically is 489 square miles. So it's fair. We're using apples and apples when we compare one area to the to
Oh,
to
so
that
the $1 million
island.
market versus the
Yeah.
the Honolulu market.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So Brad also linked the article in Hawaii News Now about Oahu sets new median price for single families. It's in the comments.
okay, and
Yeah.
that was $1,050,000. Is that right?
I don't have the thing. I assume
Okay.
it is.
All
Brad?
right.
Yeah. Yeah, Brad.
Yeah.
Help
Brad.
us out, man. So in that, here's an interesting little piece of info. Check out what you said for South Hilo home prices.
South Hilo.
Eric
Home
gave me a number today that I thought was whoa.
Okay.
Let me see. Because
And
people are
then-
saying, well, again, here we go. If I can't live in Kona, maybe I'll live in Hilo.
Yep, exactly. There was one other thing I was
Oh.
gonna peek on here before I jumped out of here. Oh, 13 of the homes sold in under 5 days.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's the big part to come here already getting a loan. Call
Right.
Marla and Scott. Call somebody in the group, or somebody. But make sure you have a local lender. It makes a difference. Even if it's not Scott and Marla or it's not me.
Just make
it's
your
a-
local lender.
Yeah, just make
Because
sure local.
you would better have everything in a row before you
Everything in a
decide
row
to make
here.
an offer.
13 of them sold in under 5 days, so they don't
Okay.
have time.
So Brad says Oahu's median price was $1,050. 1,050,000. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the condo median price in Oahu was 500,000.
500.
500.
Okay, so it broke
Okay.
a $500,000.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we're 13,000 behind it. Actually, 12,500 behind them
Mm.
on condos, and we're ahead of them in home prices.
And he says homes are up 25% and condos are up 16%.
And when I say we were up 30 on homes and 23 on condos.
There we go.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. So we'll look at what's Hilo saying.
South Hilo residential 131.5.
No, it's not. For a house? I mean,
Oh
for
no, that's a price.
yeah. I'm
Sorry.
like, dude, what?
Even my mind was going.
I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go buy a house.
Short circuit. 538.
So $538,000 for a house now in Hilo. So when you're thinking that you're gonna still get a deal buying in Hilo proper, that day has kind of gone by too.
Yeah, we missed that one. North Hilo's is 727 is the median price there.
Mhm.
Hamakua median price is 612, and North Kohala's 755. South Kohala's 833.
Yeah.
And South Kona 627, and Ka'u is 275.
Yep.
So there we go. Most of the homes in Ka'u at 275 are in Lava Zone 2.
Right. That's the reason why that price is skewing basically the entire island's numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, because nobody
exactly.
else has places where it just almost is impossible
Yeah.
to actually buy a home.
And what was
so.
Puna? 345. So that's our
Yeah.
two high areas for Lava Zones, or low, Lava Zone 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So
High level if you might lose your home.
Yes, yeah.
So
Low level in number, high level in probability of not having your home. But-
and just so you guys know, again, the people who might be catching us now on YouTube, Lava Zone 1 is basically your home. It will be inundated by lava in the not too distant future, and you will not be able to get a loan on it. And then Lava Zone 2 is a high likely experience that you might lose your home, so you'll be having a hard time getting financing there as well. So Lava Zone 3 and above is where you're trying to shoot for it.
We actually, real quick, on Lava Zone 2 financing, there is even, we get VA loans actually in Lava Zone 2.
No.
So insurance is higher and it's subsidized, but you're getting the home for half the price and paying double the insurance. So, a $300,000 home here would be $1,000 a year,
Uh-huh.
and it's going to be $2,000 a year down there.
Oh,
So,
okay, that's good.
It's not.
Yeah, I mean, with VA loans, that way you can get a house that you can actually
Yeah.
afford. But again, though, you're living in the shadow of Kilauea.
Yes.
So Brad says Big Island broke $1 million last year, then fell back, and Oahu has stayed over $1 million.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Tammy says you guys covered HPP and Puna, right, for the cost. That's what you guys were just pricing.
Yes.
We were doing
Okay.
North Hilo and South Hilo. So South Hilo cover? No, just it's Ka'u is HPP, right?
No, Ka'u is
It's on the other
Ocean
side of
View
the
Point.
island.
Ocean
Okay.
View. is,
So-
Dominic says, what's the median price for a typical 3-bedroom, 2-bath? And I assume he's talking about Kona. Should be about that same, right? I mean,
Well,
I'm seeing them in the
9.
900s. I've got one coming out in a week or two. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, going to be $1,060,000 is going to be the price on it. So we'll be right under the. It's a newer home. It's
Yeah.
2019 built.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
but
Well, I did. Somebody asked me, "Can I live in Kona for less than $800,000?" And I said, "I don't know. Let's check." And I checked some houses last week, and you
Uh-huh.
actually can buy a house in Kona for $619,000. It doesn't
That-
look that great, but it still puts you
But-
kind of in the mix, yeah.
well, that home's unfinanceable.
Oh no.
It's a foreclosure.
Oh.
It's bidding. You're up for bidding. It's gutted. There's no appliances. There's no nothing in it. So, and there may or may not be title issues. I don't want to spread any rumor that I'm not sure of, but it is a foreclosure, gutted, and cash only.
Oh,
So
Okay.
So Sally says, is windstorm insurance expensive and hard to get on the east side?
I don't think wind is.
hurricane.
I mean, hurricane is mandatory, right? And I think that's about. I think we're paying $650 a year. I think for hurricane insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Brad says Ka'u is not like South Point.
Proud you get his license.
South Point and he says does it include Hawaiian Ocean View Estates? Sure.
Ka'u does, and Ka'u actually does. So you know what? Thanks for bringing that up, Brad, because I did misspeak a little bit. There's like Discovery Harbor.
Mhm.
Discovery Harbor has county water. It's on a golf course,
Mhm.
and it is lava zone 6. So we're 4 in Kona, so they're a better lava zone than we are.
Yeah.
And it's a nice little community. I think they're 7,500 square foot lots or 10,000,
yeah.
something like that.
But you were really far away from everything.
Yeah, you're out there. You're out there by yourself.
Yeah.
But
You're really out there by yourself.
but it is a nice community with streets and all the
They have streets!
utilities,
Woo!
and they're paved. Now you should look up Discovery Harbor. It's an interesting community. I have a lot listed down there right now.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so the question is, Cindy says, overall, has things stabilized or flattened, or are we still seeing prices going up each month?
We're still seeing price increases going up. We went from $1,040,000 last month to $1,070,000 this month.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what's $30,000 in $1 million point, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Well, still. So,
Yeah.
one of our longtime followers is looking to move here, and she asked me a question this morning,
Okay.
and she said, "I've been waiting and hoping that the market's going to slow down so she can get in."
Mhm.
She said, "What are the prognostications for that actually happening?" And I did a little research, and Zillow said that they're thinking that housing prices will go up another 17% in Hawaii by next year. Maybe across the country, they did a thing on that, and they said it might go up 5.5, 6% over the whole
Did you
country,
see they
but not
called
here.
back? Did you see they retracted that?
No,
Yeah, and they bumped the number way up.
no way, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So
so like okay, from 6% to what?
I'm gonna look that up for you. Keep
Okay.
talking for a minute. Give me a
Okay,
minute to look it
so,
up here.
Trying to hedge when the market's going to slow down. And and this woman, and she's not young. I said, if you keep trying to time the market and you never come to Hawaii, waiting for something better to happen, you've just lost another year living on the island. And she's trying to sell her home on the mainland, which is also escalating in price. So it's almost like a level playing field. So I'm just saying that if you're waiting for the prices to drop, it doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon.
I had one of my I want to call it a competitor, but we all work together here.
Mhm.
It's kind of a rising tide, but I will give him Dylan Nonaka. He made a comment that said, he goes, when your house is a good deal, he goes, 6 months from now, you got it for a good deal. because it just keeps going up. You know,
Right.
it's gone up $100,000 in 6 months.
Right.
So
Right.
if you're looking for a deal, the deal is today. I borrowed that from from Dylan. Thank you. But
The deal is today.
The deal is
Because
today.
tomorrow or
Yeah.
this time next year it could be 17% higher than it was.
Yeah.
And historically, that would take about 4 years to get to that
Yeah.
point, and we can get to that point in one year.
And so, and to kind of answer that question, I just don't see anything. No signs. So the big things, the signs that's going to change it is the inventory.
Oh gosh.
That's what we keep saying.
Can you show them that?
You want me to put the
Yeah.
link in the thing?
No,
maybe?
no.
Oh,
Just show it to this real quick, just so, or see if they can see that.
can you?
Let's see. Not kind of. Yeah, you got to see it. There,
Okay, Eric, read that.
It says Zillow, our 2022 housing forecast is way off. Home prices set to spike at a 16% increase.
Okay, if that doesn't tell you guys what the hell's going on around here, wow.
Okay, well, on lighter news, if you live down in Na'alehu, you can go to Punaloo Bakery pretty easy, as Brad said.
Yeah.
You can get a job at the bakery, get yourself offline, lead a nice little happy Hawaiian life.
And, you know, it's funny because we live here in Kona. We've gotten used to Kona. This is our baby. This is our area. We kind of, you know, kid around about these other areas. But there's many, many people out here watching this that a 40-minute drive is nothing to them. They commute.
People
to
in
that,
Texas say that.
Yeah. So really, if you get down in Discovery Harbor, you do have Na'alehu. You know, it's got a little bit of shopping and a little hardware store. It's got a bakery store. It's got 3 restaurants. You jump over to Hove. You've got another hardware store. You've got a couple pizza places. You got
a grocery store there too.
Yeah. You got a grocery store, and then you got Hilo or Kona. You know, you're
Yeah,
kind of in the middle there.
Hey, you
you're
got a
gonna
lot of
spend an
lava.
hour. Yeah. You're going to spend an hour and something commute, but.
Yeah.
It's not that bad like a lot of people, like we make it, because we get spoiled.
Yeah.
You know, we're 10 minutes to everything.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
I got to go drive out for an hour for a listing appointment.
Right,
or
but
a
if I
show
was,
or
and if I, yeah, I keep saying to you guys, we're going to buy a house at some point here. I'm right in the trenches with a lot of you. That if I said I am buying a house, I have to get some wealth underneath me, and I have to go buy a $500,000 house an hour away, I would do that.
Yeah.
Than sitting here waiting for anything to happen in West Hawaii where the housing prices are $1 million. But on the other side, some of my people, they're sitting on $1.5 million houses on the mainland.
Yeah.
They can just transfer it over and they'd have another nice, beautiful house.
That's the way you got to look at it.
So-
You're just transferring. That's all you're doing.
Yeah,
You know. Because when these prices go down, so is your home prices going to go down on the mainland too. We're going to be stuck in the same thing.
Yeah, if anything happens to the market. Because I thought the way that it was shed to me today was that the mainland prices were going to go up 6% and the Hawaii prices were going to go up 16%. So it seemed like kind of push that over, but that's not the case. It's
Yeah.
across the whole board. So
And I just
Lance is actually talking and posting at the same time.
Yeah. I can do 2 things at
yeah,
once.
so he put the
I've only
the
had
article.
one of these. That's all.
Yeah. So
But it's worth a read.
So the people on the YouTube experience, I'll drop that link in the YouTube experience as well. So you guys go down into the comments and you can get a link to that website. The Zillow statistics. So okay,
Cool. All right.
So is there
We're
any
getting to wrap it up.
questions?
Signal
I know,
from our
Mr.
director.
in the back.
So,
Okay, so we hit cesspools.
we didn't.
Oh.
Let me finish the condo numbers real quick.
Okay.
So of the 30 sold, 17 of them sold in under 5 days. So over half of them did. 17 of them were cash. Also, it wasn't the same 17. It was a mix, and that's it. Median price 47. We said that, but just
Okay.
17 under 5 days and 17 cash. So the biggest thing to take away from this is there's nothing in the future that says prices are going to go down. We don't. No big complexes coming up. No new housing tracts coming up. It takes 5 to 7 years from the time you submit for one till the shovel hits the dirt. So I don't foresee anything like that happening.
Yeah.
So that's number one.
Mhm.
And number two is come prepared. We're seeing all these homes and condos selling in under 5 days. You can't get here. If somebody doesn't submit their pre-approval with their offer, it goes to the bottom of the pile. And Kimmy and I are getting multiple offers on our listings. And if you don't have it, they're like, oh, I'm going to call my banker in the morning, write this up. I fell in love with this home. It's too late. It's too late. So
Right. Yeah. Really, it's really important
Yeah,
to get it together.
you better be a good agent, and you better have a really good offer that I'm going to call you tomorrow or call you at 10 o'clock tonight when I'm reviewing them and saying, get this to me in the morning because your offer is looking pretty good.
Yeah.
So if you're someone I don't know that hasn't prepped their clients and hasn't done the homework and hasn't even found out if they're ready to buy or not, I'm not going to call you.
Right. In fact, we
So-
have a guy who was positive that he qualified for $1 million,
Mm-hmm.
and he wanted the realtors to show $1 million homes. And the realtor said, unless you show me a pre-approval letter, I will not let you even see the listing. And then when they went back to figure out what they really could buy,
Mm-hmm.
they were surprised that they were trying to buy a home that had rental income, and they were trying to use the future rental income to qualify for the mortgage. And we're surprised when that wasn't working for the loan. So,
Yeah.
what you think is not always what is.
Yeah.
So that's why it's really important for you guys to talk to somebody before you get all excited about buying a house in Hawaii. So I'll say that.
Yeah, and that is important. And lots of things show up that you never knew about. You've got perfect credit. I told the story a year or two ago, so you probably haven't heard it. Or you might have forgotten about it. But my United mileage card for my thing said, "Hey, we're going to give you 25,000 free miles if you add somebody onto your account."
Uh-huh.
Yeah, add my wife on there. She gets a car. I don't need this. I said, yeah, you do. And her credit went down significantly because she just opened up a new account. And it was a short account, and it had a high credit line, and it hurt her credit without either one. It took us a few months to figure out why her credit dropped, and it was because I added her to my credit card, and I've got excellent credit. It wasn't I drug her down. It was just a new card in her name,
Wow.
drug her credit down like 50 points.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
And that's another thing too, that if you guys get a chance to watch some of the things we've done with the Winning Egan team about how little things like that have an impact. So
Yeah.
don't be doing strange things like opening new credit cards and buying cars and stuff before you're trying to get your finance in place. Eric's
Just
giving
wait till
us
the day it closes to buy your new car.
so Eric's middle name is like Rap. But before we wrap it up, I gotta say thank you to Lance again, because Lance comes with all this great information to you guys, like for free, every month. I mean, so give him the props.
Thank you, guys.
He's an amazing realtor to use for your real estate needs. And for the people on YouTube, one of the things that we do for people to be in these groups live is we ask that you use our realtor partners. And so if you are working with a realtor already, great for YouTube, you got some great information. But to get into the private groups, we ask that you're not working with a realtor already, and that you can meet some of our wonderful real estate partners, including Eric and I, and we'll help you with your real estate needs. So with that, we will wrap this up. And next Thursday, we'll be bringing in the team of all the real estate partners, talk about specifically, we are going to be talking a little bit more about this. We're going to be talking specifically about what's happening in the housing market in terms of trends, how you can beat the competition. Don't be the mouse, be the hammer, and get some great tips on how to get in here and be aggressive with getting your house purchased. So
Good. I look forward to that.
So that's
Awesome.
next Thursday at 3:00. So you guys.
Oh, wait.
Lance ends it. Lance says, "Great to see you all, Julie, Lance, and here Eric."
Aloha, Lance.
Thanks, you guys.
Lori, too. Brad. See you guys.
Okay, aloha.
Good job.
Okay.